We got Katie and Christian. Christian, right?
Yeah, Christian.
They drove me here. Luckily, they were around at the time. They were nice enough to take me here. We just gotta watch out for all the duck crap and geese crap on the floor. It's definitely windy out here. Sir, we're reporting for duty. We're a little late.
That again?
We're gonna try to keep the fort up for the night. We're not gonna let any of the British come through. Okay. Well, it's spread out. That's nice.
Yeah.
I would.
It was taken at Fort Mifflin to use this picture as their Halloween program up in Poconos. And said that he'd give full credit to Ford, blah, blah, blah. So the next one you're going to see it a little bit better. So that, now he was standing in the left-hand corner. Now this is the Commandant's house. The Commandant's house is the one that's in the middle, and you do have it on your program tonight. And what it looks like, you can see a face with kind of a big nose, and his hands look like they're like very arthritic. Now, this is through the halls of the casements, and if you look at it, it looks like a Union jacket and an arm at the door on the left-hand side there. And that's a little bit more distinguishable, and it actually looks like you can make out a hand here. That's another false positive. Okay, so this was taken by a fourth grader on his cell phone during a field trip. Now, his mother, she emailed me the picture, and she said, "Is this a staff member at Fort Mifflin? Because my son was there yesterday on a field trip, and he swears that it's a ghost." And I wrote back to her and said, absolutely, positively, 100%, this is not a staff member. Now, you can't see it a whole lot because of on the computer is much more distinguishable. But you can see that he has a slipper on. You can see buttons in here.
Wow.
Here's a hand. Now, the tricorn hat that he's wearing in this picture is a tricorn hat that's here, comes down. The tricorn hat that our staff members wear, it's like on the sides and the front. It's like, bunched up on the sides and then in the front, there's a point. So this is definitely a tricorn hat that goes straight down. Now, Ben Henson, do you know who that is from Fact or Fake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you actually look a little bit like him.
Well, yes, folks, I am Ben Hansen from Fact or Fake. No, I'm not.
I showed him the picture, and he said, it's not Photoshop. Four photographers had dissected it, said that they've tried to duplicate it over and over again and can't do it. And this is what Ben said, that, there's a lot of programs out there, even for cell phones, that you can Photoshop a ghost in there. So I said, okay, I'll give you that. But one thing that I have to ask, when you Photoshop a picture, can you get a perfect reflection of that? And he said, well, was redone. That's pretty hard to do if you're photoshopping something. So that's our look front on the front. That's it. And if you really look at it, it looks like he has really long hair, and it really resembles the pirate. If you really study all his features and his hair coming down to his shoulder.
Where was this taken again?
This is in casement 3, which is 5. One of these days we're going to put the right number on there. Well, there's a sign up there that does say 5. So, but it is actually casement 3, but I heard was a ghost. You think maybe what I saw? Zaffis from Haunted Collector.
Anybody watch that?
Yes.
Okay, because I do this no matter where I go. I am the Haunted Collector. Now I have to stop and say hi to these guys.
Okay, so,
Two stories over here, officers' quarters, in 1814. Got iron railing. Sketch, late 1860s. It's still the old magazine still there. And I fitted down with the fort inside of the fort. In the 1830s, it's a sit-down place on the Fort Mifflin. It was second story, ready to move up, and that became a tell you, interview back in that Boy Scouts. And the Boy Scouts, boys were standing here. He was out this way looking at them. And one of the older boys was standing next to him. He said to her, "Did you see that?" Somebody walked across back. This is the artillery shed. Built in the 1830s to store the cannons. They stored the cannon barrels up on the upper deck inside and the wooden carriages down below. Today in there, we stored a lot of woodwork we salvaged from the Commandant's house. Had a fire in October of 1980. I burnt most of it down. We salvaged what we could and then stored in there. We restored the brickwork 1997-98, but a roof one about 7-8 years ago. And it's going to sit like that until we get a couple $1 million to finish it. Amount of dirt right here is the torpedo casemate. That was built in 1875-76. The term torpedo in those days was what we would call today a mine. Basically two types, kind of put in the water ships run into and it blows up. They had electrically operated mines. That would have been a control room. Wire from mines in the river would have come into there to a control panel, throw a switch in here to blow something up in the river. Now they never actually put things in the river, but they did store stuff in there. In the room, there's a rectangular hole in the floor, like a well almost, goes down to the level of the moat. There's actually a tunnel under the wall going out to the moat where wires come in that way. Now, when they built that, they sealed off the entrance to the original powder magazine. We call it Casemate 11 today. They filled in the original entrance. So we knew the rooms were there, we didn't know where the entrance was. In 2005, Wayne, the guy who lives here, he's the kind of facilities manager. He was cutting grass up there, just like this, plain grass. He stepped in a hole. And we have groundhogs and muskrats and a lot of kind of stuff. But he said it didn't look like an animal hole. He reached in and hey, some cut stone under there. So we dug it out, poured it with a flashlight, and there was the entrance to the rooms. Now the rooms are actually the same level as the parade field. And you have to go up the steps and then down again. If we kept the original entrance, we'd have to tear off half the torpedo casing. We didn't want to do that. So up those wooden steps, down by that iron railing, there's another set of steps goes down in there, little narrow doorway, and the two rooms go in. In 1862, they put a little ventilation shaft in there. They made those two rooms into a jail cell. They opened up, they cut the holes in the brick and put bars in there and made a ventilation shaft so air could get in there better. And actually, they kept some men in there. The two we know were kept in there. William Howe, he was kept in there for a while. He wrote his name on the wall. Another man, Bernard Devlin. He wrote his name twice. He said Bernard Devlin, Company E, 81st PVI, Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry. Now, he was sentenced to be executed. We're not sure why, but Lincoln commuted his sentence. Howe, he actually hung here for murder and desertion, August of 1864. Tell you about him later on. We'll get over this way. Cannons in front of it were donated to us many years ago, back in the 1960s. Somebody was driving out in Delaware County. So now it's from the 1840s. What's the building? This side's all flat. One of our most famous presidents is William Howe. The Civil War, we got the bad guys, a lot of civilians. Draft guys are the war protesters. Anyway, he and a bunch of other guys tried to escape. Three leaders, we think we know more than Chase Bay. They did the Eastern Team kind of thing. And they hung them in August of 1864. Put them down here that day. This is the original stone wall, but the original stone wall, they've used the same stones again.
Perfect walls. Yeah, I put on night just now. It's kind of dark in here. I'll probably use my R shortly. It's a little darker. Yeah. Hello! Anybody in here? Interesting. Yeah, I would stay in this one. And it's got a fireplace. Or at least a stove.
This isn't today, but the lawns, the report has her hair something. Some entity living here doesn't like lawns who pulls her hair. A year ago, somebody said, "Well, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe he doesn't like lawns and wants to get her attention." And there are different stories in here. I'm told those other guys want to tell you in here. The tin cup story with 3 actors in here, tin cups in one bench. It was flying across the room, and they picked it up and fingerprints embedded in it. Let me show you. Got a new light in here. Now daylight, actually this is the brightest room with the face the east, so that the sun kind of helps out give me some light in here. And one candle. Like that really help.
Slave for award. I mean, all these things it seems.
What was his name? This is where they put like a latrine that was a half a barrel. What was his name? Oh, about. Watch your head, everybody. I know we missed that.
Set up the movie in the magazine, in the blacksmith shop, the commandant's house, casemate 3.
So I'm kind of going off on my own here. So they do their stuff inside. This is quarters. Officer quarters right here. My name's James.
I'm with South Jersey Ghost Research.
Oh, okay.
I'm with Dave. I don't know if you know Dave.
I see. I think he's talking inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Keith.
Hey, Keith. My name's James.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, my group's from Long Island, New York.
Nice.
And we're gonna be here because of tomorrow night.
Are they having another investigation tomorrow too?
It's gonna be, well, we saw John Zaffis, and it's gonna be some of the Ghost Hunter TV crew people.
I got you. Who else is coming tomorrow?
It's gonna be
Brian.
no, it's gonna be Chris Williams, Amy Bruni, Dave and Steve, and Dave's father.
Oh, Bruce is coming?
Yep, Bruce is gonna be here.
Nice. I met him a couple times. He's really nice.
Very nice guy.
Super nice.
And I think, was it Josh Gates from
Oh, Destination Truth?
Yep, that guy. He's gonna be here now. I just figured, I'm gonna jump in on this.
Yeah.
Just get familiar with it. I've never been here before.
I've never been here before either.
Oh, okay.
But I got assigned to this room, and then I joined about a year ago with Dave's group.
Okay. So does he normally do this?
Yeah, he's friends with Lorraine and does a lot of stuff with the fort.
Okay, so it's kind of his gig in a way. So
I don't really know, but I think that...
There's a lot of things going on.
No, that's my motion sensor outside.
Oh, is that what it is? I heard something before go off. Is that it?
Right there.
Oh, okay, there it
So
is.
somebody's walking. It's a motion sensor.
Okay. I wonder if it gets triggered also by, well,
Well,
there's
I mean,
the
it's-
wind, and then you got some of this.
But it's like
foliage.
a,
That's how sensitive you have it set.
well, it's a heat sensor, kind of like
Okay.
like for your motion sensor to go on for your lights and stuff out the house.
So what is it? What temperature is it going to trigger
I
at?
don't know, but it should pick up, something bigger than a mouse, because that shouldn't really set it off.
Right. So if I walk by, I could trigger it, obviously. Right? Yeah.
Something's walking by it now, and I don't know what it is.
Now it is by that. If it is triggered by temperature, I don't know if that grating where it goes
Well, it
to.
should pick up on like the actual, doesn't draw things out, it actually sucks in that heat. It's
Okay.
like a heat generator almost, like where it'll say, something's walking by at a certain temperature. It doesn't have to be even a certain temperature.
It's just that extreme change in
Yeah.
temperature, I guess, would set it off.
Yeah.
Up or down, I guess, maybe even.
Normally just up. It's a heat infrared,
Okay.
that'll track the heat.
To me, it's like, if it's going to be spirit activity, I would think it's going to be a drop in temperature as opposed to an increase, like us.
Right.
I would expect that. So, I don't know if I can. Just fly, I wouldn't think I could attribute to that. And I heard that door slam. I know it is windy out. Fly, I wouldn't think I could fly. I wouldn't think I could fly. I wouldn't think I could.
It was the front door, probably.
Yeah, I think we just got locked in. Yeah.
To try to find something to put there.
Then again, that could have been something else, just trying to tell us, we know you're in there talking about us, trying to get your attention.
Shut up with this here. Now that thing behind you is an ambient temperature deviation device. Now that picks up on hotter and colder.
Okay, so it does both. So either way it can trigger it off.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to take some pictures of that.
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna try to find my camera.
Yeah, here you go. I got a full spectrum camera with me, I just picked this up.
Well, I got a full spectrum also with the IR light.
Yeah, I got IRs with me.
Now that shouldn't be beeping so much because that means it's dropped 2 degrees and the temperature, it's been in here 10 minutes.
And it's been pretty quiet up till now?
Well, it has to reset, but it kind of reset already.
And you've got another one of those gauges like outside.
That's a motion sensor there.
The motion one.
And it's kind of just pointing to the wall, but
That way, yeah. So we won't set it off.
with somebody, like I didn't want to have it pointing this way because every time somebody walked by, it would go off.
Right, makes sense.
I'm gonna take some pictures outside, see what's going on.
And stuff is being triggered off in the room here of the soldiers' quarters. I think I'm gonna take some pictures in here, full spectrum, see if I can capture something. Anything in this room can show itself on these devices I've got. I'm recording. You may not know what this may be, but you've heard of photography.
Sensor off, making the noise. Will you do that again, please?
This thing just went steady right here.
Let me see if I can reset it.
Does it do that once in a while?
It might just get stuck, but
Oh, man, here are those birds out there going.
I reset that if you wouldn't mind, you possibly make the red light go off this time instead of the green. And I'll be here all night.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet now. We got an audio recorder in here?
The geophone.
Oh, okay. So any kind of motion, again, it's vibration, I guess.
Yeah, that should just go off for the most part if you touch the bed.
Just even tap on it, right?
Yeah, that should, you know, a little bit on the floor. It's a little bit on the floor. But you have to stomp.
So it makes a sound as well?
No, it'll just
the
lights will go off, so you have to really be watching that.
Oh, okay. Now you said, is it Southern Paranormal or is it
South Jersey.
South Jersey? I thought you said Jersey.
Yeah.
South Jersey, okay.
Here's our card.
You know?
I'll just throw it in your pocket. I'll throw it here. You'll find it one day.
Eventually we're gonna have to start using the IR, external illuminators, once it gets dark enough out.
And then you're James.
Yeah, I'm James.
Okay, perfect.
So you got those floodlights up there. I guess they're gonna turn
I
those
wanted to
on.
put a motion sensor up there, but I think the two I got are good.
Yeah, you gotta watch all this stuff too and remember to get it. I'll be walking around out here. All right, let me continue on here.